Hello my friends and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. If you watched one of my videos that I made, I think 2 days ago, it was about Canada, the Canadians being served a bill by their elected officials with the funds they provided to Ukraine to be able to buy energy for their people. So what happened, it was a transfer of wealth. For whatever reason, Canada takes from you, the Canadian subjects or citizens, and gives it to the neighbor's kids because they need it, because they got in a scuffle with the other neighbor. And somehow you, the citizens, are guilty of that, and you have to provide them with about, I don't know how much it was, $300 million or something like this worth of funds and grants to have the Ukrainians being able to pay bills for energy. Some people say, well, do you want them to be freezing? No, I want those guys to not have started the war. Now we are at it, so why don't we stop it? Where it's right now, pick up the pieces and losses and move on. That thing that would be even better than pumping your money or other people's money without being responsible, those people, to things that occur over there. Now, it's U.S.'s turn. And why do I say it's U.S.'s turn? Because U.S. does the same thing. They were the initiators, actually. So what do we have now? Let's see. If Canada offered about, I don't know, 270 million or something like that, or 370 million, don't worry. United States ups the game to 4.5 billion, okay? Yeah, you heard me very well. Billion. Okay? So, this article comes from the New Voice of Ukraine and is from November 25, today, 2022. Ukraine gets $4.5 billion grant from US to cover, guess what? Budget deficit. So that means those guys, their government, doesn't work because of the war and no corruption because of Putin, doesn't work well. I understand that, but I can blame everything on that guy, oh, I must do that, okay, then it's because of Putin, and then who's paying the bill? And the question is, why? So why the United States, the citizens, because all this $4.5 billion grant comes from somewhere. You know where it comes from? From a treasury. Zip, 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 zip. Printing money. When you print money and you dump money on a economy or in this kind of world economy, what does it mean? You supply more. It loses its value. That means it depreciates. That means inflation, people. All right? So it's okay. That's the first thing. But that money that was printed, who's going to pay for it? Because that has to be justified. It's not just someone has to pay for it. You say, well, the Ukrainians are not going to be able. Who's paying for that? With the inflation, which is a how do you call it, hidden tax or soft tax. You and I, the Americans and everybody else who's going to be affected by this dumping of money out of nothing on the global market. So, Ministry of Finance, Sergei Marchenko, and World Bank Regional County Director for Eastern Europe, Belarus, Moldova and Ukraine, Arup Banerjee, have signed an agreement on a 4.5 billion grant to Ukraine. Ukraine's Ministry of Finance reported on November 24th. All right, so that is the World Bank. So there's going to be a little loan, right, or something. Who's paying? Always go to that thing. Who's paying? Someone is paying. Nothing is free but stupidity. Let's make it rhyme. Nothing is free but stupidity. You find it everywhere in all of us. More or less. The grant funds are to be provided by the United States and allocated to the multi-donor trust fund as the third additional financing under the project Public Expenditures for Administrative Capacity in Endurance in Ukraine. Blah, blah, blah. Make it as nice as you want. We know exactly what's going on. And I'm quoting, we're grateful to the government of the United States fuck the government of the United States. It's about the people. People, not the government. The government, yes, indeed, they gave you that, but they took it from someone. Who's going to pay for it? Again. And even if you take, oh, it's going to be this, it's going to be that. Ultimately, it's going to be who gives that. Who's going to, the inflation. And not only the inflation, anyway. They make decisions, right? And the World Bank team to our long-term cooperation, financial support, and solidarity with Ukraine, Marchenko said during signing the document. Well, I don't like things that are imposed. That's the first, and if I don't like imposed, I like agreements. And when you propose something, I would like to be asked about it, and let's discuss how we can make it the best deal according to, or whatever, regarding the situation. That's how it should work. But these guys make decisions in my name, with my life, my children's life, and so on, and yours as well. Because why? One weasel, semi-conscious guy was voted in the office because this is not done by the elected officials, it's done by the government. And the government is with people appointed by that semi-conscious guy. All right? Those guys are bureaucrats. All these guys that are making your decisions, the World Bank, these guys were appointed. IMF appointed. The Secretary of Treasury, that Yellen, appointed. These guys are appointed. These are not elected. And they have power to give your money away how much they freaking want. What do? We're going to vote the shoveling madness out. We're going to get him out. The Frankenstein. Let me shake hands with someone. Nobody wants to do that. Anyway. These grant funds are a significant contribution to the financing of urgent needs of our country. How about our country? Everything is solved here. Everything is dandy. We got what? 3,000 Bentleys at our door here, and we've got everything we want? No, we work our asses for that. Anyway. This will allow us to continue to ensure the payment of wages, social and pension benefits, and assistance for internally displaced persons in the conditions of the fight against the aggressor. So, we pay the salaries and all those things for those guys because of Putin and the aggressor. Why do we have an aggressor? Because that's the way he is. They hate our way of life. Remember that bullshit with the September 11? Oh, why do they hate us? And we got a weasel. They hate us. They hate our freedom. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, because we have so much freedom here, they hate our way of life. This was the fucking stupidity these guys told us after September 11 tragedies. This is what I told the people, and people that I spoke with and on the television were like, yeah, man, yeah, they hate our freedom. Yeah, give me the beer. Let me show you how fast I drink it. Jesus Christ. Yeah, so this is the democracy. Those people voted and will keep voting. That's why they like democracy so much. So, they're going to give, it says here that Ukraine's Ministry of Finance added that today the country is implementing a joint project with the International Bank, another vulture, Reconstruction and Development, and the International Development Association Public Expenditures for Administrative Capacity Endurance, blah, 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 with a total amount of $6.3 billion and 1.44 billion euros, which is $1.5 billion, including a grant of $5.8 billion. So that's what, right? It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. It's 6.3 billion extra. The funds are aimed at reimbursing state budget expenditures made to ensure the payments of employees of state bodies and budgetary institutions in the educational sphere, as well as make pensions payment and support certain state social assistance program. I'm for it. But who's paying? I want to be asked about it. And why aren't these things done here? I have people that I love. Do I get any support? Fuck no. Go and fucking work and pay your fucking taxes. Shut the fuck up and work harder and consume. Definitely consume. Whatever, man. Consume. You have the money? No. Go and borrow it. And consume. Keep the economy going. Yes. Yes, buy this. This is where we are at. We are those hamsters on that little wheel all the time, and they get suck our energy. And then we say, yeah, man, at least I'm free. You know that song, that American song, whatever. But at least I'm free. Stand up. Blah 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 blah. Oh my God. At least you're free to what? To work hard, pay your taxes, and shut up. That you're free to do that, definitely. And pay money to pay taxes, the money that these guys are allocating to other countries, efficient or not. Why? Because of the bigger good, the goal of what? Destroying Russia. That's what it is. It's not, oh, Ukraine. All this could have been averted in 2014. Maybe before that, not maybe, certainly before that, with the expansion of NATO and then the coup d'etat in 2014, with the help of the same guys that now are helping. Really? Jesus Christ. And we're weasels. I'm free to think? I don't think so. I don't think I'm free to think or to speak. It's just consequences will come around. I guarantee you that. To all of us. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart. Look for the truth and be just.